Gerald, I appreciate you taking time to speak about your fond memories of Ilan. But if we look back right to the beginning, can you remember when you first became aware of Israel?
Yeah, that was at the start of the 1967 war. I was 18 at the time, and with the build-up to the war, I was just about to go to the University of Sheffield, and I must admit, like everybody else, I was very frightened, but it only lasted the 6 days, and the outcome really excited me. It made me immensely proud to be Jewish and a Zionist.
Can you remember your first memories of meeting Ilan?
Yeah, I was at university. I had gone to stay in Hill Ale House, which was a student hostel, and Ilan was staying there too. I never really found out why he was there, although I think he was supposed to be studying English, but something told me I shouldn't ask, and I didn't. But we did strike up a friendship, and it's a friendship I'll treasure for the rest of my life.
Why did you find Ilan so fascinating?
He was different. He was different from all of my Jewish friends. For a start, he was Israeli, and he was a true Sabra, and I've never met anyone like him before. He was fair, tanned, strong, but gentle-natured. I remember particularly his hands, which were broad and leathery. And although he was quiet, he knew how to enjoy himself, and he had a deeply philosophical approach to life, which was powerful in its simplicity. And what fascinated me was his complete rejection of the diaspora mentality and the diaspora religious practices. Don't get me wrong, he was a fiercely proud Jew, but he didn't harbour any need to apologise for it. And for him, living in Israel was all he needed to affirm his Jewishness. He thought that our Western religious practices were simply devices to remind us that we were Jewish, something we wouldn't need if we were to live in Israel, and he kept asking me to do just that.
Gerald, you had a really strong friendship with Ilan. Can you recall the visit to the Moshav in Israel?
Yes, I was in Israel. I was invited to stay with him on the Moshav, which I did, and I had a great time there. First time ever, he let me drive a tractor. Mind you, it was also the last time, and I remember having great fun with him, helping to lay irrigation pipes. And he also had there were huge sheds with hundreds of battery hen cages that we would visit every morning. One morning we found a hen that had got its head stuck in the wire cage. Without a moment's hesitation, Ilan took hold of its head between finger and thumb and twisted it sharply back in the cage to accompany him into some very loud squawks. And then he winked at me and he said with a wry smile on his face, "Now she little crazy, but still lay eggs." And he also taught me how to swear in Ivrit, which subsequently I found very useful.
Gerald, Ilan was really proud of being Israeli. He was also very proud of whatever Israel made.
True.
What did he think about the British military, or what did he think about actually British engineering?
Yeah, well, I was from Leeds, and I was very proud of the fact that the Centurion tanks were built there, but Ilan wasn't so impressed. He told me what a lousy tank it was for desert warfare, because it was extremely uncomfortable. There were boxes that sat on top of his shoulder that he kept banging on every time they went over a bump. So it was very uncomfortable, and apparently there were 2 periscopes, and they were forever filling up with sand, so he had to alternate between them, emptying them, so he didn't like the Centurion. But the other thing he told me that was apparently it could only fire while stationary, which made them very vulnerable. I think he told me that the Israelis developed a self-levelling gun for it, but I'm a bit hazy about that.
Finally, Gerald, obviously this is going to be really difficult to discuss, because I know how much Ilan meant to you. Can you recall when you heard the terrible news that Ilan had been killed in the Golan?
Yeah. I once had a conversation with him when he was arguing with me as a medical student. He shocked me. He said that immunisation was a waste of time. I didn't understand, and he just said, why bother with a needle when all it takes is one bullet? And so when my father called me that day in 1973 and he told me that Ilan had been killed, I think on the Golan Heights, I just wept bitterly. I remembered his sad philosophy. And like everyone who knew him, I still miss him, I always will. So, shalom Ilan.
Gerald, thank you, and we wish everybody in Israel a happy new year and a healthy new year.
Thank you.